What's up, y'all? So this is going to be a breakdown of finding specific stocks that you want to look at based on an actual category. So this past week, a lot of stocks pertaining to gold pumped up like crazy. Metals across the board were doing pretty well. Let's see if this will actually show us. If I can go to a weekly here. So last week, gold futures, gold itself was up 5%. But when we go look at some of the actual gold stocks, and we can even go to the gold ETF, GDX. All right, we can see GDX had a pretty big move. We'll go to the weekly. All right, so last week, GDX went up 14%. You can see that over here on the left. All right, so going up 14% in a week is pretty big, and that's just the ETF. Stocks that were inside the ETF or gold-related stocks did big numbers too. TEM had a 40% week, right? 39% point five, so 39.5% week just going up all week. So this is how you can find other stocks like that. If you are going to be looking into things that are related, you're going to come over to the screener section, pop it open. Now, what I like to do off rip, if you're trading options, then we always want to make sure we have optionable selected. Even if we're not trading options, you like to have something that's pretty liquid. I like to set an average volume, maybe about 1 million or over. And then what we can do from there is come into the industry section. And so the industry section on here is where we can come dive deeper into specifics. Like if we want to look for copper stocks, and then it'll give us a list. You can see again that the metals were pumping. Even Friday, some pretty big jumps on copper stocks. All right, gold is here as well. And so it'll give us a list. These are a bunch of different gold stocks that fit the criteria that we just put in here. All right, so I'll show silver as well. And so that's how you would do it right now. From here, if you want to take it to a deeper level, you can show the charts and you can start looking for potential setups that you might like. Let's go back to gold and see if there's anything that might be setting up. Right now, it's sorted by alphabet. Another thing that you could do is sort it by the average volume. So you have whatever is the most liquid at the top. Make sure it's set to descending. All right, and now we see the most liquid companies that are gold stocks or gold companies here. We can start looking at potential opportunities like this PAAS, pan silver. All right, so I'm assuming they do gold and silver, but we can see a clear level of resistance right here. So if it pushes over about 53.75, then that's going to be a breakout. So that's how I would do it. That's how I did do it when I'm building my watch list for the week. If there's certain themes or industries or categories of company that I think are going to have a pretty big move, I can come in like this and then easily filter it out.